Mick's talking to the two villagers who invited us here, and he's showing them Victor's drawing of the kind of building Edward might have been born in 1,000 years ago.
We've drawn here a timber hall, the sort of thing you'd get on a Saxon palace of about 1000 AD. And you see it's built of timber posts, wattle work between, it's got a timber roof, it's thatched or shingles. It's all perishable materials. It's going to be very difficult to find that in the ground, in the small plots that we've got available to us.
But how many Saxon finds have there been in the village so far?
None at all.
So even if we find one Saxon pottery sherd, it'll double the amount of knowledge we've got so far. We should be able to find something, shouldn't we?
Yeah, well, we should be able to find some Saxon pottery, but I'm much more optimistic about finding the chapel that you wrote to us about. We've got a drawing by Thomas Hearn in the 18th century, look. And you see, at this time, it's been turned into a barn, but you can see it was the chapel. Because this is stone built, unlike this one, which is timber, our chances of seeing that in the ground, I think, are that much better.
But there's still a very good reason for digging here in the garden of Confessor's Gate, and that is the house deeds include a plan that marks the site of the King's Chapel.
That little square there is where the map maker shows us the chapel. It's tiny and it's the wrong direction.
But on the other hand, if that's the east end of it, it would be over there somewhere where the blue sheet is. It would be coming back this way.
I'd be incredibly happy, wouldn't it, if that were right?
That would be better, wouldn't it?
And it extends underneath our feet with something up to that sort of size.
Yeah.
So we're going to extend one of our test pits in this garden to cover that possibility, even if one of the residents has other ideas.
Damn thing! You got it!
So with a trench in this garden and one in the timber yard, which has just got going again, we've got two possible sites for our chapel.
We can actually see that the chapel actually fits many times over inside Confessor's Gate.
It's bigger than the house again, isn't it, actually?
It's quite surprising.
Thomas Hearn not only made a sketch of the chapel, but also recorded its basic dimensions. And this has allowed Ray Sand to build a 3D model.
That's lovely. I wonder whether there's a direct relationship of the space within the woodyard and the size of the chapel, whether that's a direct result of demolishing it and using its space. If that was a barn, after all, it might have a crew yard in front of it, mightn't it?
Hello, my name's John Gator. Time Team is fan-funded by Patreon. This vital support helps us to make new episodes. Joining Patreon gives you access to exclusive interviews, 3D models and masterclasses, plus lots more.